Does a narcissist think about you once you leave them? Do they even miss you? Well, the answer to this question is rather complicated. It's both yes and no. How? Let's explore and find out in today's episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In today's episode, we are going to thoroughly understand if a narcissist misses you or even thinks about you after leaving them. If that is what you're interested in learning more about, please make sure to subscribe before we begin, because as I always say, your subscription to this channel helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. Countless number of people have tried to answer this question, and almost all of them say no, the narcissist doesn't miss you, or if they miss you, they miss the supply that you provided them. But nobody, in my opinion, goes deeper than that, because in depth lies the understanding and the proper answer to this question. Before I attempt to answer this question in a different way, I would like to familiarize you with a concept called object constancy. Object constancy is the ability that we all humans have. It is the capability to know that something or someone does exist even when it's not present, even when we can't see it, feel it, hear it, smell it, or perceive it in any other way. A narcissist does not have object constancy, which means once you are out of their sight, you are out of their mind. You do not exist anymore. How did they become so? Why is that the case with them? When they were a child and they were traumatized, or whatever the cause behind their narcissism is, they got stuck, developmentally so, in their mind and body. Psychologically, they couldn't develop. They could not develop the capability of having relational object constancy, and their view of the world became quite rigid and black and white. If we talk about a 5 to 6 months old toddler, a baby, that doesn't have object constancy either. If the mother cannot be seen in the physical space, if she cannot be felt or experienced, the baby feels unsafe, and what does it do eventually? It starts crying. When the same baby grows and develops, he or she develops object constancy, which means he or she understands that just because I can't see my mother now does not mean she won't ever come back. He or she understands that this is a moment where I am separated, but I am securely attached if the mother, if the primary caretaker, is not abusive. But in a narcissist case, they do not have relational constancy, which is not justifying their behavior, but what I'm saying is, because of the relational trauma they experience, they do not develop the sense of fully attaching with someone. Now, what does that have to do with the question at hand? The question is, does the narcissist miss you or not? Well, they don't, because they do not have relational object constancy, which is to say, they have tunneled vision. Once you're out of their tunneled vision, you stop existing. This is quite predatory in nature as well. What does a predator care about the most? The prey. And at what time? The moment it's trying to hunt it down. That's exactly it. Whatever is the primary focus of the narcissist at a given time in their life is what they will keep thinking about. You don't even cross their mind. This might hurt you because you're not like them. You miss them. You have those memories. You have those emotions you felt with them. Remember, only you felt them, the nice ones, the connection and all that. They did not. None of those positive experiences got imprinted enough for them to miss them later. Yes, they only miss the supply you provided them. They miss the attention, admiration, adulation. They miss the sacrifices you made for them. They miss the concept of family they used to get supply from other people. They miss the trophy partner you were. They miss the glory. They miss the image you helped them to project to the public or to the world. So the theme is they miss what they got or used to get out of the relationship. They do not miss you at all. You were an accessory, an object, a piece of furniture. They used you or they lost you. Now it's gone. What is the next obvious thing they are going to do? They are going to replace you with someone else. Yes, they might try to get you back if you were their primary source of supply, and even if they're not trying to get you back, does not necessarily mean you're not important enough, since the narcissist attaches your self-worth with how much attention and approval they give you. None of that is true. So if that is what is binding you to them, to this relationship, you have to break the spell by understanding that they created a false sense of self-worth that you extracted from their presence in your life. That is how the parasite works. That is how the demon works. They took over your body, you became the host, they used you, left you like a shell of yours, and now they're onto something else. So a better question to ask would be, is it even worth thinking if the narcissist missed you or not? What did I miss when I was in that relationship? How should I repair myself? Because it doesn't matter anymore. The narcissist fed off you. The narcissist destroyed you in so many ways. So there is no point in knowing if they think about you or not. The only thing they are ever concerned about is themselves, and everything that benefits them in one way or the other is what they are going to ever spend their efforts on. Also, they only think about you if you have given them a big narcissistic injury. They can't help but be vengeful. They are punitive by nature. They love to bring people down, and if they can, they will try to do the same to you. But if they can't, if you have taken their power away by going no contact and by stopping all the communication, by stepping into your power and destroying their control, they lost. And that is what does not let them sleep at night. They think about how destructive you were as a person and how big of a victim they are of your doings and how dangerously narcissistic you were. They think of you as a beast that should be eliminated. They do not think of you as a person that they should cherish. They do not think of you as a person whose memory should be cherished or they should remember and grieve. None of that happens. None of that happens. Don't fool yourself into thinking that they are thinking about you the same way you are thinking about them. Don't reverse project. This is what we call reverse projection. Reverse projection happens when we project our thoughts and feelings, positive ones, onto the narcissist and assume that they are feeling the same way towards us, and that is what traps us. See them for who they are. That is what will set you free. The narcissist is a monster. The narcissist is a parasite. The narcissist is the epitome of evil. The narcissist is a person without a true personality. The narcissist is a being without any beingness. You should run to hills once you know what you're dealing with. In conclusion, a narcissist does miss you, but not you. It's the supply that you provided. They crave for the admiration, the adulation, or the attention. And they don't miss you at all because they don't have, or they do not know what relational consistency is. They do not have relational object constancy. Remember that. That's extremely useful to know. Also, they only miss what they got out of that relationship. You should not be worried about these things. What you should be focusing on is repairing yourself, moving on in your life as much as it hurts, and your focus should be on your healing journey. With that, let me bring this episode to an end. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, let me know what questions have been boggling your mind. What have you been thinking about the narcissist lately? I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin and continue.